Tara Chow, baby. Oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna roll with this. I mean, you know what? Seriously, if I could script a woman, okay, you know, God, I want this and this and this and this, and then hand it over. This planet can come up with anyone better, I don't think. I'm hoping everything that you're saying is true. There's a slight possibility, you know, I mean, in Vegas, if they were watching this movie, there's a slight possibility that you are an exquisite beauty some psychology class hired to fuck with Dan Quinn. Seriously. I mean, you know what? You never know. There's a million possibilities. And I'm not gonna get defensive and insecure and then fucking, you know, like shut this off. I mean, what I'm thinking is that with you by my side, and with enough protection, you know, so little scabs that are genetically defective and that couldn't fucking hold my jock strap in any phase of the fucking game. I mean, seriously, can't get near me. There's nothing that we can't do. Seriously, you know, as a matter of fact, if you were to fly out here within the next 4 days, Zeus from MiddleEasy.com is gonna come up here, and I'm not fucking around. I mean, we could go talk to my son's middle school track coach. This is like going on 4 years ago. He clocked me in an unofficial 5.960. I'm fast as fuck. See the play, girl. It wasn't like I couldn't cover Alan Pinkett man for man downfield. I was faster than he was. I've got explosive fucking speed. I could have been one of the best ever in football. And you know what? I would have been surrounded by a bunch of fucking punks. I mean, there's cool guys thrown in. And you know what? For the asshole trying to start shit between me and Ray Lewis, saying, oh, you know what? You know, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and then he's a rat. It's like this, my nigga. If there's a group and something fucking happens and someone catches a case, okay, instead of everybody going down, the guy that's definitely going down, okay, what he does is man the fuck up and take that shit. So Ray Lewis can do his thing and play ball, you know what I'm saying? So there'd be no future in Ray going down for something that, you know, another dude could take, and then Ray could put money on his books and shit. And you know what? Doesn't really matter. Because, you know, Dan Quinn don't really have a pot to piss in. I'm damn near on emptying gas. I lost $40. I dropped it. Hopefully whoever found it needed it more than I do. So I'm in a waiting position, Mott's, and put it like this: as you're figuring out whether Christian Printup is gonna play the violin and see that there's something special to it, man. Really, if we got a panel of rape victims and asked them if they have trouble orgasming, many will say yes. See, guys can fucking rape over and over again and do it, get away with it and shit, you know? And you know what? Women that are the victims, they're fucking left with psychological trauma that prevents them many times from coming, sometimes ever again. And Chris, not gonna say her last name, but what's up, Dave Marinoble, stud, warrior. Yeah, she was in your fucking class, and you know what? I rocked her fucking world, man. I wore that pussy out. It attacked my face. I mean, not non-stop for 2 hours, but add it all up, oh, easily. She lost count, dog, okay? She went triple digits. It blew her fucking mind. I said, you know what, girl? I'm gonna create a deja vu moment for you, okay? This is how it's gonna go. You might think that I'm full of shit, lying to get your pussy, because it's happened before. And then, you know what? I'm gonna start playing the violin, and I'm gonna know when it fucking hits, because you know what? Your pelvis is gonna start to attack my face. And then I'm gonna go about 10 minutes. I mean, how many minutes am I gonna go? Man, you know, 10, 15 orgasms, okay? I might push it up a little bit, you know, because I'm in control, you know, playing. And then I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna say, I wasn't lying, was I? And then as you catch your breath, Tara, yeah, you know what? So I've done this before. You know what, girl? put it like this, girl. Yeah, you're gonna catch your breath and you're gonna start to answer, and then I'm gonna start sucking on your clit again and playing the violin, and whatever was coming out of your mouth is gonna stop. And it's not like I haven't in the past contacted really, really good-looking escorts on Craigslist and said, look, take a look at me, okay? You can Google me. I'm not the guy that has to pay for it, but you know what? You're exquisitely fine, and this is what the violin does. And you know what? Your pussy will be attacking my face for as long as I want to play it. And you know, I wouldn't expect to get charged for this. And you can actually choose not to give me your pussy, okay? I'll play for free. And you know what? I actually got a girlfriend offer out of one of the two that responded and loved the violin, and a third actually liked it a lot and was gonna charge me. And I'm like, you know what? You must be fucking crazy, girl. I'm doing this to fucking get the word out and shit. So anyways, you know, yeah, we can have a lot of fun if what you're saying is true, and you know what, you don't have any problem with these ownership issues, because I think that being as cool as I am and then giving away like 95% of the fortune that's going to come my way when people wake up to the fucking fact that blending stevia in water causes toxic shit to float, get it out, Peachy comes back from the damn dead. I take shots from Bonapua that would fucking fell a horse. I mean, he was like Mongo. He would have knocked that fucking horse out. But stevia up, bitches, and kick it in with a lot of THC. And that's a magical fucking combination that should be spread throughout America. Old folks at rest homes in pain, instead of being forced to fucking take pills that are made by government fucking cronies that don't even work, and then make a feeble, at risk, at pain body distribute it slowly when they can just take a fucking hit. Oh no, how about this? Put some weed oil in their fucking tea. And whereas before it would make them go to sleep and shit, right? Not having them like fucking comatose victims, you know, alive and breathing and sucking air and breathing, and sucking food. But you know, stevia up and bring them back. Actually, I think what we might do is pass laws, and then people over a certain age are going to be excluded from using stevia, because it is so magical for the body, and this planet has way too many fucking people as it is. And do I sound SS when I say this? That there are a lot of people that shouldn't be allowed to breed, seriously, okay, for a lot of different reasons. Like Fred Riva shouldn't have been allowed. No, he wasn't, you know. God knew better, but what they did is, yeah, Doris and Fred Riva, you know, I tell you what, thank God you didn't adopt me, because if I was around that fucking monster, I would have said yes to Mark Brandon, okay? But I didn't. And America, I want to know, seriously, what is your opinion? If Mark Brandon is locked up at Supermax, right, because he was actually Mel Gibson in Tequila Sunrise, and I told him one time after my cocksucker uncle had done something to cockblock. I mean, you know, how about this? My grandpa dies, and you know what? I love him dearly, and he has a boat, okay? It was a really, really nice boat, old, okay? But it was like a 16-foot fucking classic something, and you know what? It was in a little disrepair. And Fred Riva has like 4 fucking acres in Encinitas, and he has a fucking lot that's just down the hill from his house that they could build another house on, and it has all this shit, but they didn't have enough room for my grandpa's boat, so that motherfucker sold it out from under me. Yeah. And then, you know, like one time I was attacked by this fucking little black nigga, okay? That's not N-I-G-G-E-R, bitches, okay? Yeah, in the Pine Cove fucking, you know, liquor store. And I blew his nose up, and then I spied outside a cop across the street, and I was like, oh, motherfucker. And so I pulled this bitch bleeding like a stuck pig on top of me, okay? You know what? He didn't get shit. I owned his ass, you know what I'm saying? And anyways, it was right before finals at Sac State, and I had like a 3.5, and so I asked my aunt and uncle to borrow the money and it was like $1,500. And so what I did, instead of giving him cash, I gave him a Patriot, Tara, that retails for anywhere up to $3,500, has a 25-year warranty, is certified by the U.S. military as a hospital-grade air purifier. So the vacuum that you push right now that stinks and smells, you know, it's a gas chamber. Okay, please don't ever run it again. And then you come out, or I come out to you, and you know what? You're exquisite enough, if you're telling me the truth, where you deserve a Patriot, okay? So if and when the bird flu hits and toxic death is in shit and we step in it and then we bring it indoors, and that vacuum smell is actually the work of Nazi Gestapo stormtroopers who took the gas chamber out of the camp and spread it, you know, throughout America in the form of Hoover and Kirby and shit, right? And you know, people are gonna be breathing that shit. It's gonna hit, and then because of antibiotics, there's gonna be a swerve. Oh my God! And then what Tom Leahy said, the Chinese said, girlfriend, that America is looking at upwards of 100 million deaths or more. That ain't bullshit, okay? That's from a guy that my cocksucker uncle invested 1.5 million in. You know, because women are coming out of wheelchairs with MS no longer, and running in triathlons within a startling short period of time. Female cancer basically being wiped out, and the FDA, instead of saying, hey, you know what, come on, there's a lot of moms and sisters and wives and, I mean, women that we love that need this, right? Come on, let's go help them. What they're doing, they're camped out on the other side of Tom Leahy, Ludamax Nutraceuticals, San Clemente, California, with listening devices monitoring him so he doesn't mention the cure word. And I'll tell you what, Tom, what's up, bitch? You're done, okay? Seriously. And it would be really, really cool if your younger, hotter, exquisite wife, who's with you only because you have money, leaves your punk ass, or just fucking gives her pussy to Tara and I, and we both play the violin and basically rewrite the record books on orgasms, because I know you ain't handling your business, my nigga. And then when I called you on the phone that one time, and it was on purpose, okay? It was a baited hook, motherfucker. I told you that Bobby Chacon was my friend, and what's up, Bobby? Is Julian dead? Because both his fucking numbers are shut off, man. And anybody that knows Julian Eggett, you know what, would know that Dan Quinn is a friend of his. And then Bobby, you know what, you and I should look into that little fucking Pulp Fiction gig that we fucking pulled off, barely. And if the statute of limitations is wrong on that, dog, we should make a movie about that, seriously. Because other people are acting and shit, right? And they're getting paid for it. And we're living the real life, man. And it's like this. I called Tom Leahy on purpose and told him that I had sent Manatech down to Julian, and that he was going to give it to you. And since Manatech brought the Lion of Wall Street back from damn near the dead, I mean brain dead, he had a stroke and he was fucked up, blah, blah, and then he was fucking 100% normal, right, because of Manatech. And cha-ching, Tom bit and said, oh, no, don't let Bobby take it. He was like, have you let Bobby take it? You know, he was fucking putting his feelers out to see if, you know what, shit that he had could bring Bobby back. And cha-ching, he bit, and he said, don't get Bobby Chacon on Manatech. I can cure him in like 12 to 16 hours. I will inject him with natural shit. Bobby will snort some natural shit, and he will actually eat some natural shit and drink some natural shit, and it will all coalesce in his body, in his brain, and it will come back. And so I had the brilliant idea of supplanting Dan Quinn, because who the fuck is he, right? I mean, he would have been a fucking football god, Lou Holtz. Yeah, it turns out that Pete Carroll's little brothers were lying to me, Pete, when they told me that Stoney actually talked shit about me, about my time at Notre Dame, when I was wrecking motherfuckers on and off the fucking football field. I mean, taking names, dog. I was it. I was the apex motherfucking predator. See the play. See Dave Butler apologizing to me as a senior for starting ahead of a sophomore because I was so exceptional. I had sprinter speed. Oh yeah, Lou Holtz, you're done, bitch. Seriously, you should pack your metaphorical fucking bags and get your punk bitch ass out of Canton or wherever the fuck it is that you're wrongfully enshrined, because people, when they find out about the true monster, oh, Lou, let me put it to you like this, bitch. Since I don't have to worry about 11 minutes anymore, I can just fucking talk and get it all set, okay? When I was in between my freshman and my sophomore year, I think it was right before I got 6.5 sacks in a spring game. Was it? You know, when I took over and I had guys that were scouts coming up saying, you know what? You're a surefire first round draft pick if you don't get hurt. Oh yeah, you know what, Lou? I guess what Stoney told a group of my fans is basically I was the best that he'd ever seen, dog. And now coming from Mike Stonebreaker, that's saying a lot, since his dad played in the pros and since he grew up around the pros and has seen basically fucking everybody out there. Maybe not LT, but you know what? Damn. I mean, well, I had closing speed, motherfucker. Oh, I could gallop, man. I mean, you know, when other guys are topped out at 40, bitch, niggas that know speed, okay, black, white, whatever, are going, damn, that white boy can change gears, motherfucker. And then look to my hand speed, like landing that lead right hand on Harry Homicide Gopal. And I'll tell you what, Harry, Paul, whatever you want me to call you, my nigga, you're my brother for life, dog. I wasn't trying to disrespect you by saying, it's like this. You were born in a social class that is above the savages, right? Supposedly, that you're a king, a part of, okay? So coming from a different perspective, okay, that's all I'm saying, you know? It's like this. My grandma used to say, why would you want to get in fights with guys like that? And I used to say, you know what? It's cool fucking being able to, you know, de-elevate my social status, wreck motherfuckers that think they're bad, and they go up and say, you just learned a lesson. You know what I'm saying? And then I was sent on a journey, okay, that led me to my kids. And I'll tell you what, it's like this. Planet Earth is not just about dead for life, but for humans. We have way too many people living on this planet right now, and the rich have designed this ecosystem, okay, that humanity fucking I'll put it like this, in an economic ecosystem, which, you know, any economy is, right? Did I just double up? Anyways, you have to have a natural ebb and flow, okay? You know, almost like an ecosystem, okay? You can't have these huge watersheds of wealth, okay, being held back, and then a few people, you know, figuring out what to do, you know, stealing fucking farmers' lands, using Monsanto to fucking, you know, create genetically fucking altered some shit, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, nature fucking spreads it, pollen and shit, you know, bees do their work, and then Monsanto comes in and sues, saying, hey, you know what, you're using our shit, when what the farmer should have done is sued and said, hey, motherfuckers, we didn't want this shit in here, come and get it out, okay? How much is that going to cost? You know what? Would it have made it in court? Put it like this. Some of these books that have assassins doing away with right-wing justices in the Supreme Court, that's a good thing, because you know what? Tell you what, do you think people that had all the wealth, okay, when they come to a new land supposedly, are gonna give it up to, you know, just anybody, to the common man? Please. You know what? What's that saying? What's that saying that I'm thinking about? The meek shall inherit the earth, okay? Do you realize what a fucking farce that is? Do you realize that Bill Gates donating $50 billion, seriously, I've said this before, but it's like giving a fatted calf to a wedding, but before you give it a bath in a pool filled with little piranhas with three-piece suits, you know, from fucking, you know, the Ivy Leagues, and they all take their fucking pound of flesh, and by the time that motherfucker hits the table, it's looking like a fucking emaciated, what's that where you throw up? Okay. Oh yeah, I had that when I got kicked out of Notre Dame, because instead of like hooking up with this Mark Brannon and having everybody killed and taking my anger out, I took it out on myself, bulimia, and the motherfucker looked like a bulimic, fucking anorexic, something from Ethiopian shit before it hit the table. You know what? And you know what, Craig Tusher? Volterra Semiconductor. How much time do we got? Where are we at right now? I'm at 20. Fuck, I might go 30 and shit. You know? Volterra Semiconductor, what are you worth? About 110 million. And the reason for that is because you're brilliant. You had a 1600 on your SAT, and we were friends, and I didn't do nearly as well, but my brilliance comes in abstract theory, okay? When I was tested at age 8, they said 154 IQ, and that was right before I had witnessed mice populations exploding inside a cage, and it didn't matter how much food I put in, okay? There was always enough, but it was the density of the population to the space. They went fucking nuts, dog. They turned into humans right before my eyes. I mean, you know, timid, nice creatures, gangs, warring, okay? Ripping babies apart, okay? Going gay, a natural defense mechanism to stave off overpopulation. You know what? I think I put this all on my paper. Oh, I was fucking smart. And you know what? There was just never enough money, Doris and Fred Riva. You fuck. I tell you what, Doris Riva, you gold digging fuck. I mean, put it like this. I bet you if we put you under a lie detector that you would fail saying, oh, you know what, I really wept. I was really fucking torn apart emotionally when that mean, fucking, fat, ugly SOB Fred Riva actually was such a good driver, okay, in Mexico. Okay, he won all those races and shit. He couldn't swerve out of the way of that fucking dude that killed him. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of ironic. And then kind of ironic that throughout my entire life, I mean, every time that he came out of the toilet, he'd be like, Danny, what are you doing here? I thought I just flushed you down the toilet. And then you laugh, ha, 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 ha. And I'm thinking, wow, a genetic defective piece of shit talking shit. I mean, no, I was actually feeling hurt at that point, okay? Because in my mind, you know what? He was the male father figure, basically the monster that I was sentenced to have. You know what? I couldn't fucking push a broom correctly. I'll tell you what, bitch, I'm brilliant. And when Fred Riva told me, you know what, Dan, we're going to be painting, okay, so what I want you to do is sweep this fucking house out, but keep the dust down. What I did is I made these fucking piles and then laid the broom down and then used the bristles to push it, okay, and it fucking made this big pile, and no, boom, starts pushing it, and I see the dust flying, and I'm like, what a fucking asshole. And then, you know, trying to use a skill saw, and I never cut my finger off, but asshole pushes me out of the way to show me how it's done, and has to go to the hospital and get stitches, okay? And I mean, he tried to cock block me on every fucking phase of the game. And so when his sister-in-law, that I firmly believe was having an affair with him, okay? I mean, she was in love with your husband, bitch, to the point I try to bring up, like, you know, him handcuffing me to a tree, and she threatens to kick me out now, even after he's dead. You know, but I mean, that's coming from a woman who, when she thought that Sherry and I were on methamphetamine, and I'll tell you what, bitch, it don't matter if we were or not, okay? Because we passed 5 CPS cases because of you, you fucking cunt. 2 is usually the max, but illegally, because you had ends with the court, you got 3, 4, and 5, right? And then during number 5, because it wasn't going well and you weren't going to get to steal my fucking kids, you fucked up and broke, bitch, and said that I molested my son in the tub, okay? And I read it, and my heart went cold for you forever, okay? But I'm thinking, fuck, you know what? This money-grubbing bitch who, when I get kicked in Notre Dame, and put it like this, America, who are you gonna hate? Okay, I thought my cock was small and I was fucking shy as fuck. Okay, I was just coming out of my shell of being abused and told that I'm a piece of shit my entire life. And you know, if it wasn't for sports, I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for fucking sports, if I was born into a fucking Andy or David Riva body, you know what, I would have gone fucking postal. Okay, but then I guess I wouldn't have had the friends that I do that, you know, congregate around special elite athletes that fucking take over and dominate shit and fuck shit up. Okay, when people fuck up, oh yeah, that's me, bitches. Okay, I'm the guy that was going through the fucking door. Okay, doing shit that you only fucking think about, getting a fucking job. I'll tell you what, Lucky Derby Casino, you know what, if you're a gambler, you should go there, because Kermit is such a good guy that he will actually defend women who work for him, okay? If their boyfriends are laying hands and choking them out and trying to fucking be macho. And, you know, what he'll do is call Dan Quinn on the phone and say, hey, you know what, got a little problem here, and would you handle it? And Dan Quinn says, why the fuck not? You know what, I want a job there, so it would be in my best interest to handle this in as good a fucking fashion as I can. So you know what, dude was in the fucking bathtub, I was let in the door because she wanted him to fuck out, and I knocked on it and I said, get the fuck up. And I'm in the tub. I said, bitch, I said, get the fuck up or I'm gonna drown you in that motherfucker, right? And he got up and he came out, and there was a slight attitude at the start and a fucking quick fucking boom, double him over, okay? Knock the fucking wind out of him, and that's when it started, okay? And you know what? It was a long fucking protracted motherfucking thing. There wouldn't be a mark on that bitch, okay? You know what? If he ratted to the cops, and I guarantee you, okay, that he never fucking came back. And Kermit, I'll tell you what, this is a gambling motherfucking Hall of Fame move, okay? Kermit gives me a call on the phone and says, you know what? Yeah, she told me all about it, man. What'd you say? Wish we could have videotaped that for posterity and shit? Yeah, that would have been cool. You know what? And then you said, what does something like that run? And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna take a roll of the dice. And so what I say? Okay, I said, you know what, Kermit? I said, if we were talking mistress, man, we'd be talking money, homie. But it was obvious that you were, you know, showing someone love that needed it. So I'm not gonna charge you a dime, okay? But since you know that I need a job, keep me in line for the first one that comes open. And wasn't I put to work like within a fucking week? And I was like making like $1,600 a month, sitting there fucking waiting for non-existent trouble to ever happen, because your establishment isn't anywhere near a major artery like a freeway, okay? So there's no quick escape. There's 2 armed security guards there. So you know what? It's the safest fucking place imaginable. And that job got boring as hell, man, because I was like, fuck. I mean, you can only read so many fucking papers. And it's not like I was incognito. I mean, within the first week, everybody fucking knew I was the undercover muscle and shit. You know what? I did eat really good. I came to know that Hmongs are savage fucking beasts. They basically kicked our ass in Vietnam. What's up, Charlie? And yeah, I like Asian food fucking tremendously. So, note to self, Tara, would you like this idea when the money's rolling in, getting like a Vietnamese family, fuck, American, maybe even from over there and shit, you know, get some savages that help kick our ass, right? So we have, you know, honor, right? You know, it's all good. And then have them fucking cook up tasty shit, you know, the entire time, you know, so we don't have to worry about that shit. And I mean, just a thought, girl, put it like this, with you on my arm, if everything you've told me is true, okay,